I am truly honored and humbled to receive this award. Any one of our TIF commissioners, depending 7 or 8 of us that sit on that commission, could have received the award. So I'm very honored that I was selected for this award. I think diversity to me is important because, as my husband says, I'm idealistic. Our society is diverse, and therefore I believe that everything that we do and touch should have a diversity component to it. Whether it's our neighbors, whether it's our children's classmates, our children's teachers, anywhere from our business associates to our grocer, and even in the construction trade industry, I believe that all businesses should have a level of diversity that's reflective of the society that they serve. For our political landscape, I think that I commend the mayor, the SLDC staff, and the employees at that office who have made great strides in the last several years to improve the inclusion efforts in our public infrastructure projects. So I believe that there have been great strides. There is still yet more to do, and I believe that with open dialogue we can gradually chip away at some of the diversity issues that we are not achieving currently. I believe my role as a TIF commissioner, as well as the others that serve on this commission, is that we are I call it the line of first defense when we see public infrastructure projects. My goal personally is to review the information, have an open and honest dialogue with the developers, the contractors, the support businesses that are all coming together to ask for a public subsidy. So I think it's my job to review the documents, to ask honest questions, and to seek transparency in the development dollars that the city does grant to improve our city overall. I think education is important no matter where you go and no matter what trade, business, profession you're in. Information is not always accessible to all, and therefore when you look at some of these projects that we are developing in our local backyard, information has to be key. Transparency has to be key. And if we truly want a more diverse and inclusive workforce, and we want to attract more residents to live in the city of St. Louis, then we need to be honest and open about what's available in all aspects of the community that we serve and that we live in. So education, whether it's on a website or it's through public meetings, or it's through one-on-one meetings with various agencies in the city of St. Louis, education can only improve the dialogue, which is all that we're asking for. I think organizations like MOKAN and others like it are vital to our community, again, because education is key. Access to information is key. And when you have organizations like MOKAN that are advocates for small and minority businesses, it is key to the development of a company, whether they are starting from scratch or they are middle-sized business firms. When you have an advocate agency like MOKAN, they can open doors, they can be a liaison, they can actually help with a lot of the pitfalls that occur in small businesses. So our small minority businesses, not all of them though, are owner-operators. And when you have an organization like MOKAN that can help you get from point A to point B to point C, and stand by you and represent you in some cases, it is such a benefit to everyone involved. So I admire what MOKAN does. I believe in their mission, and I think that we wouldn't be where we are today without their assistance in some of these MBE and WB companies that we have in our community. I believe that I spoke with a developer recently in our community, and his vision, or maybe it's a collective vision of some, really inspired me to have hope for the future. If we look at all of our public infrastructure projects that we've had in the last 10 years in St. Louis, if we had been able to provide a portion of funds for an apprenticeship for not only just a specific trade, but maybe various companies, and allowed them to be employed for the last 10 years, or even in the next 10 years in infrastructure projects, and take those companies from small to medium-sized firms at the end of 10 years, then we will have generated profitable, reputable MBE, WE firms that can handle the trade cycles that come in this industry. You no longer have to have only one MBE or one WE company that is utilized by most of the developments. What if we had 5 to 10 to 15 of them that would be able to sustain the development for the next 10 to 20 years in our community? That's what creating wealth, that is what creating middle-sized firms to larger-sized firms, or small firms to mid-sized company firms, and I think that's the goal for everyone. I believe that MBE and WB firms are waiting to shine in our community. As an example that I have used with my children recently is that, you want to be at the ballpark, you want to be in the game, and you don't want to be a pinch hitter. You don't want to be just pulled out of the dugout when needed. You want to be there. You want it to be a level playing field, and I think that that's all that MBE and WE firms are seeking, is a level playing field in this community.